Usually, people have a tendency to be caught in the worries concerning the future or in the regret concerning the past. They not have learned to conserve their energies by minimizing the time spent in regret and be consoled by the fact that every event is a lesson and every encounter a teacher. For me, my good old days will always remain good. They were filled with lessons learned and experience gained. My name is Olukayode Bayo Awoye, and here is my good old days story. I am a native of Ijebu Igbo in Ogun State. I was born in Fadeyi in Lagos. My parents are Alhaji Abdul Gani Awoye and Mrs. Abeni Awoye. The former is now late. My dad was a businessman cum civil contractor, while my mom is a textile trader. I am the third in a family of 18 and the first male child. Growing up in the 60s was like paradise on earth. I had everything a growing child deserves. The best of education, care, you just name it, it was there. But when the family became polygamous, challenges came. But thank God for the solid foundation earlier gained. It became a compass for navigating through those murky waters. Hard work, wisdom, and tact saw me through it all. I started my early education at Mayflower Junior School, Ikenne, Ogun State, where those foundations of hard work and resilience were built in me. At Mayflower in those days, we would wake up at 5 a.m. to have our bath outside the dormitory with cold water, not minding the weather. The late Dr Tai Solarin made us plant all we were eating in the hostel. We had poultry and also reared the animals we were served in school. These early memories of self-sufficiency planted in us by the late Dr Tai Solarin and the wife really prepared us for the challenges of the future. Tai Solarin really made men out of boys. I later went to Molusi College for secondary education. Coincidentally, that was also a school where the same highly revered Tai Solarin once served as a principal before establishing Mayflower. Some of us still met the legacy of hard work and resilience, a hallmark of a typical Molusi College graduate. And of course, only the best we proudly say is good enough for Molusi College. It is equally on record that Dr Tai Solarin composed what we can call the creed of the school, which serves as our moral compass till date. We were taught to recite this daily, and it goes thus: we can become whatever we choose to be. No king, no lord, no knave can say us nay, for we believe that man is a potential doctor, or lawyer, or crook, or draft, or giant, or whatever he set his mind to be. We shall be giants, and therefore we shall walk and walk and walk and walk, even if we must walk our fingers to the bone. So help us God. Fond memories all through. These trainings and admonitions later in life became our guiding principles. So call me a thoroughbred Solarin student. You might not be far from the truth. I proceeded to the then Ogun State Polytechnic for my higher school certificate education and eventually graduated at Lagos State College of Education, Ijebu. Since then, my talent and hard work had been able to sustain me. Those years of training and doggedness had seen me through hard and challenging times. I have always come out wiser in every encounter and every situation. What is my take-home from this? Those great experiences have taught me to always grab opportunities at the first sight, for they may never come your way again. Life has also taught me to be focused, hardworking, cool-headed, and be prayerful. Many mistakes had been made in the course of growing through societal and peer group influences, but according to that great Anglo-Irish poet, David White, he said, and I quote, "To admit regret is to understand that we are fallible, that there are powers beyond us. To admit regret is to lose control, not only of a difficult past, but of the very story we will tell about present. To admit sincere and abiding regret is one of those greatest but outspoken contemporary sins. A Yoruba adage does that, ọmọdé ò lè mọ ẹ̀kọ́ jẹ kó má ra lọ́wọ́, meaning there is no way a child can perfect the art of eating pap and will not make a mess of it. It is natural that we would play some pranks expected of a growing child. They call them youthful exuberances. Few examples abound, like telling lies to our parents to earn extra money for spending while going to school, following the multitude to do evil, mingling with the opposite sex at an age considered unripe for such, partying, and other youthful excesses. Life is a challenge. Life itself is full of intrigues. The earlier our youth realize it is not a bed of roses, the better for them. The rougher the sea, the better the sailor. What is the take-home in my story? Despite some of our non-conforming activities, I grew up when high moral standards were not negotiable. I grew up when excellence was rewarded. I grew up when contentment was the order of the day, when honor and dignity had no other name. And I look back today and ask myself, can we have those good old days back? Can those time-tested values of hard work and resilience be brought back into our consciousness? Will our youth believe us when we tell them how rewarding hard work and selflessness are? Do you actually blame them when what they see all around them are examples of how not to be a man of honor? An environment that is filled with distrust everywhere, distrust in leadership, distrust in values. When and how did this distrust start? What changed? It is possible for us to retrace our steps and do the needful by being a good example to the upcoming ones. All hope is not lost. We can still retrace our steps as an individual and a nation and change the narrative. According to Marlene Ferguson, that famous American author, editor, and public speaker, she said, achievers have an enabling attitude, realism, and a conviction that they themselves were the laboratory of innovation. Their ability to change themselves is central to their success. We can still achieve such an amazing and egalitarian society if only we can remember where we are coming from and do the needful. Nigeria is a diverse country, multi-ethnic, multilingual, and culturally diverse. We all should look at the big picture and see unity in our diversity. One love should indeed keep us together. For me, I see a new Nigerian that all and sundry will be proud of. A Nigerian that will promote moral values, reward hard work, preach diligence, shun tribalism, embrace religious tolerance, and respect the rule of law. This is how to build a truly united and prosperous Nigeria. You certainly cannot beat experience. Our children must be ready to listen to the counsel of others, particularly the wise one. Our children certainly deserve a brighter and better tomorrow, not the memories of the good old days. This is why I joined Sir Shemore Badejo in his collective and patriotic drive towards a greater and better tomorrow, for not only our children, but for us too. May God direct our paths. Thank you.